Right, here I am on another pre-loved used Tourer review. And I'm looking at a Swift Basecamp. Now the Basecamp has got a bit of a following. It's got its own owners club, it's got its own Facebook owners club. I think I'm a member, I'm not sure. It's proved very popular, and Swift were a little bit worried when they launched this because they didn't think it was going to take off quite as they thought. But here I am at Ribble Valley Caravan's got it right this time, just in the centre of Darwin, and they just do used Tourers and a few used motorhomes as well. They've been here for about 5 or 6 years now, and they know a few things about caravans, and they've been experienced in another dealership they had. Again, some years ago I went to see, must be 10, 12 years ago probably, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's cut the 12. I'm going to look at this Basecamp. It's a 2019, and it also comes with a big awning which goes on the back end, which is very handy. So let's have a look around. It's up at around about 17,995. It literally has just arrived. This is how it's come. The people that have actually sold it have traded it in for a new, I think, Pegasus Grande SE. Yeah, that's a bit different. So they've bought that. You see it there? Oh, and swapped it in, and swapped the old Basecamp in. Bit of a difference. Okay, let's go and have a look around. Right, this literally has just been dropped off, and on first impressions it looks in pretty good order. GRP front here has gone a bit dull. That's down to really not being cleaned with a polish, as it should have been probably. That could come up with a GRP specialist polish. I think Maguire's do one, and Mother's cleaning products also do one as well. So it's like a bit of a teacup for GRP. So that would come up quite easily enough. Looking on the outside here, there's no obvious signs of really any damage. Trouble with all these mouldings that Swift put on is this grey, it does fade, as we know, on cars as well. So that's why I steer clear of cars that have got a lot of plastic mouldings over wheel arches, because they are a job to keep looking good. But a good vinyl cleaner would bring all that up. Alloys look okay. There's a mover fixed on here as well. It's got an AKS, an Alco receiver on it. Bit of rubbing certainly is putting back in there again. Your stuff for the for your water pump to go in. I'm not going to even try and open that. It slides. I'm not going to mess around opening it up. I think there's a gas. I think there's a gas barbecue in the exterior main socket, definitely on here anyway. Go around the back again. Looks in pretty good order, and this, you can tell, is a trendy looking Tourer, there's no doubt about it. And for somebody who wants something like this won't stop on the forecourt very long. Now, I did a used buy on the Basecamps, and I know there was a few problems with water coming in at the back end. A dealer told me, somebody else said, oh, something else happened here at the front and what have you. Yes, go onto the Swift Basecamp owners Facebook page. I'm sure you'll find some things that you can further look out for if you're looking at buying a used one. But this on the outside looks in really good order. Me, I'd be going down with my vinyl cleaner and cleaning this grey up, but that's just me, because I just like to keep my Caravan sort of as clean as I can. As I say, alloys look pretty clean, and everything seems to be as it should be. Decals and everything, windows are fine, and it's just what a Caravan of this age should look like. Should look pretty decent. Right, well, I think the best thing is to do, let's go inside and see if that is the same case inside the van as it is on the outside. Right, here we go. Dad opened it for me. And straight away, looking at it straight away now, this van looks, again, a nice, good, clean van. I know these guys here are pretty sort of picky when it comes to getting a decent van in. So, you know, they like to inspect to make sure it is a decent van. So anyway, let's go inside and have a proper look. Oh, get the old step. Right, here we are in the base camp, and this looks pretty good. TV has been left in. That's a nice little touch to be left. The seating is all clean, and of course there's that all important awning that goes on the back here, which it's a big awning, and it makes it, you know, the van feel a lot bigger still, so you got a lot more room to play with. The windows don't look scratched, but I can't see too well because there's no sunlight on there now. Scatter cushions in there, of course. I know a lot of people have never rated these, have they? These sort of canvas locker type things, but I've seen a few foreign vans. I think the I can't remember which one it was now. They had them anyway. Some cheaper van had them, and yeah, I mean, it keeps weight down, it keeps cost down as well. But let's get on to this review of this base camp. Decent sized kitchen here, of course. You've got your 3-burner hob. You've got an oven here, spark ignition, fridge freezer, of course, and just little things like utensils there, and your switches here for USB point here, and a main socket there, and again, nice bit of storage tucked around the side there. Again, no curtains as such, it's just the fly screens and blinds, but you know, all look okay. Pleated blinds on this. And your big window here, of course, letting some light in. And your spot lamps here, of course, LEDs, of course. And the control panel. And it is a Truma heating system in here. Blown air system at the bottom. So we're going to do this in one foul take. So you've got your table in there, you've got your status aerial in there. Yeah. So, more locker storage at the top here, of course. Again, no microwave. You can always get one of those yourself. And it's all very, very clean. Possibly, to be quite honest, probably not used this inside to cook much at all. Sink again looks in good order. Yeah, I like this. I like this top on it. Again, no marks, no scratches. It really looks the business. It's really a nice van. It's been well looked after again. As I say, I know these guys here at Ribble Valley are keen on keeping their stock in as best condition as can. So in other words, they don't buy in rubbish at all. They'd rather not bother. Big skylight there, mirror here, of course, and well, the washroom. Now obviously you're not going to get all singing, all dancing, but you've got a electric flush built-in cassette loo, sink there, and again this looks in pretty good order. I'd say possibly it's been used a little bit. Again, like any camera, I would say you look out for cracks in the tray, and a decent sized roof vent. You don't get a window in here, and the eco shower head. Again, another big mirror there, and some locker storage here just above, and an LED light. But everything is in really nice condition. I just like the way it's been well looked after, and it's nice that people actually bring in a caravan that's clean. Now, I know that's not always the case, as some dealers have told me in the past. You know, they've had to deal with full toilets and things like that. Not a pleasant thing to do. So let's have a quick think what we think about the Basecamp. I've always been a fan of the Basecamp. I'd like to see a stripped down version of the Basecamp, a more basic Basecamp. Maybe something like a Basecamp starter with the mouldings taken off on the outside and make it a really cheap, lightweight caravan that can be towed by a lot of small cars, including possibly some of the new breed of electric cars. It'd be good. Let's not leave it all to the foreigners, the continental manufacturers. Let's have a UK manufacturer. I'm surprised Bailey haven't come up with a sort of Basecamp equivalent, to be quite honest. Because Swift now have really got this sort of little markets and a real nice niche for themselves. So anyway, let's have a quick overview of what we think of the used Basecamp. Well, I'm sure the people who owned it and have bought the Bailey are going to notice a lot of difference, obviously in size. But having said that, this really is a nice tourer. It's a nice tourer for people who probably can't afford or don't want to spend the money on a brand new Basecamp, because really, even though they've updated them, they've not done anything terrifically different. So, you know, buying this at what, it's 2019, at 4 years old, you're not going to feel cheated at all. You're not going to feel dated. It still feels fresh and modern as the day they launched them. And that was for I think the 2017 model year. They launched them in late 2016 because they didn't really know how they were going to go. They were going to produce about 100 of these and produced a lot more. But anyway, what some people may just be put off with, and I'm the same a little bit, is that there's no, under these beds here, I mean this can be made into a double or two singles, is there's nothing to stop anything sliding around. But like the guy just said, he said a lot of cyclists like this because you can store the bikes in and there's bike clip things there to hold your bike in. So if you're into cycling as a couple or a single maybe, this could be ideal for you. And of course it isn't like a normal caravan, it's a bit more trendy, and I really say to Swift, well done. We'd like to see something very similar but on a cheaper van, and more lightweight, for the guy really who doesn't really want to go caravan during the winter. He just wants a caravan he can go away in the summer, put on his drive. It's not 8 foot wide and 7'6", you know, something he can get on his driveway and doesn't cost him £500 storage every year on top of the cost of the caravan. So control panel, telly there, control panels at the top here. I think that's got the DAB radio in it as well. If I'm not mistaken, it might be, you can correct me on that. But this is a really nice, well looked after caravan, and that's what I like about looking at used stuff. Over the years I've seen some real dogs, I really have. As you know, I do a lot of used stuff for Practical Caravan, and I've just done a few bits here for Practical actually. But on the whole, I don't know, sometimes a lot of the used vans that I see today seem to be better looked after for some reason. I don't come across many dog-eared ones at all. And this is another good example. If you saw the Solaris video before this one, again, for a van at that age, I was in really good order. At one time, you'd seen a van that's sort of 17 years old, you know, or whatever, 15, 17 years. It would have been looking really dog-eared. So, anyway, with its awning, a few extra bits on it, I believe the dealer told me, this at $17,995 could be the ideal caravan for you, for two people, or if you're on your own. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Right, I shall love you and leave you. I shall see you on the next video. In between time, look after yourselves. Please keep subscribing. Please keep giving your comments. And it's NEC show coming up soon, and I'll be doing the odd new review from there, especially the Bailey Discovery 2s, which, just look at the pictures, don't see they've done a lot to them really, apart from making the woodwork a bit lighter. And they've had a new layout. Got rid of that one that I did the review on a few months ago with the that funny layout, which I said is neither really one thing and another, and the, you know, no window in the back. They replaced that now with a end washroom version, little side dinette. So I'll have to look at that. I'm really interested in looking at that. Still light, and hopefully, you know, the price will still be affordable. I'm sure it will be. So it will attract a lot of people into caravanning, the Disco too. It's just, I don't quite like that profile at times, but anyway, that's for another review. But on the whole, look at this base camp. This is what we came to do. I like it a lot. I think it's pretty good. So from Ribble Valley Caravans here in Darwin on a lovely February afternoon, I'll bid you farewell. Don't bang your head, lad. Yeah, that's another video done. See you on the next vid.